JCW Lunacy episode number 94 revisited. Hope y'all are doing well today. Mick back here from Medicine Man's World. I wanted to go back and chat that JCW episode a little bit. You know, a few days removed from it and watching it again and things like that. So first off, let me just kind of tell you where I was coming from on my opinions on that one segment, okay? I don't want to give away too much of my family history or business or anything like that, but I grew up with somebody, you know, who was abused and abused badly. So, you know, it was just very uncomfortable for me to watch. And, you know, maybe I let my heart and my emotions, you know, overtake the true review nature of what I should have done for that. But I just have to say, you know, so you guys know where I'm coming from on that. You know, it's hard to watch that kind of thing when you've witnessed it, you know what I mean? So going all the way back, you know, many, many, many years as a kid. So we're moving on from that. I did watch it again, so this is what this is all about. The first time around, I'll admit, you know, everybody has a bad day or two. And I was having a bad night when I was reviewing that episode. And, you know, admittedly, maybe I shouldn't have gotten right on camera and, you know, started reviewing it. And watching it back, you know, I just want to say I don't have as much of a problem with the segment as I did the first time around. You know, completely taking the emotion out of it and, you know, anything that I may have seen and experienced, you know, as a young guy and things like that. I still say Barnabas, one of the best things in pro wrestling right now. That guy hits a grand slam every single week. He's one of the best actors I've seen come along in wrestling in a long time. And I really don't have anything bad to say about Barnabas ever. I mean, you guys see the reviews. I put him over every single week. I like the guy both as a character and as an individual, as a person. I am able to admit, you know, my faults and when I'm wrong on things. So I do believe I was a little bit wrong on that review last week. So I'm manning up to it. I'm admitting it. And I hope y'all still like to watch my reviews, you know. I try very, very hard to put your company over, JCW, every single week. And you guys know that, man. Anybody who's been watching my reviews, I've been doing it since episode number 60, you know, since I found out Russo was involved in the company, because I love Russo. You know, I love his writing. I love his shenanigans usually. I've always put Vince Russo over and defended him when others haven't. And that doesn't mean anything. I get it. I'm just a guy that reviews shows and that does a weed show and things like that. But I would think that at some point, you know, maybe my opinions do matter to somebody, because I do put Vince over a lot on my reviews. One thing I love about Russo and always have is that he gives guys a chance, you know. He gives younger talent a chance. He gives unproven talent a chance. And he's able to write a backstory for somebody and make them interesting, maybe a little bit more so than they were to begin with. Not by any fault of their own, but just because they didn't, you know, have, you know, proper storytelling behind them or whatever. You know, that's about it, guys. I just wanted to quickly talk about episode number 94 again. You know, I was in a shit mood that night, and going back and watching it again, I didn't think it was all that bad of an episode. I mean, I will stick to my one point that, you know, there was a lot of like DQs and missed finishes and things like that. But, you know, thinking about it critically and going back and looking at it and really thinking about the scenario and the stories, I understand why Vince does things like that, you know. It is easier and sometimes a necessity to advance storylines, to have things end in schmazes and DQs and no contests and things like that. Because if you just end things cut and dry, that just ends it, you know what I mean? So I put a lot of thought into this, guys. So I really hope y'all like this video. If you do, give it the old thumbs up. leave a comment in the section for me, let me know you're watching these things. That kind of thing goes a long way for me, to know that people are actually watching these reviews, people that matter. I mean, if you're part of JCW and you happen to come across this video, leave me a comment in the section, man. I appreciate it. I love all you guys watching. I try and put the show over every single week that I review it to the best of my ability and the best of my reach with my audience that enjoys watching these kind of things. So I thank you guys for watching this video, and I look forward to episode number 95 coming up. So the Gathering of the Juggalos is, I don't know if it's going on right now or if it's coming up very soon. So I'll give a shout out to that and anybody who's going there, man. Safe travels. Hope all of you guys have fun. Smoke one for me. I'm going to live vicariously through you guys, because it's hard for me to travel with certain, certain things going on and things like that. So I hope you guys have a really good time at the gathering. And any juggalos or juggalettes watching, leave a comment in the section. If you have a channel, leave a comment in the section. It's a good and easy way for you guys to promote your channel as well, if you comment on my threads, because I don't mind, So I'm just letting you guys know. Thanks for joining me today, and we'll see you when we see you guys. Have a wonderful day.